Hello, good evening, and welcome to tonight's video here back at Hebburn Cemetery once again. Now, the time is approximately 27 minutes past 7. It is a Friday night, and believe it or not, I'm actually here later than on my last video when I was here a few days ago. So I have to get a move on. I've come here mainly to try and see if I can find any of the names on any of these gravestones, these headstones, that match up with some of the EVPs I got when I was outside the cemetery one night doing an investigation through the spirit box. I've got some names coming through the spirit box. I got a few first names and a couple with a first name and a second name, and one of those names was Michael Vitti. Now the thing is, it doesn't necessarily mean that the people who spoke to me that night are the people who's in the graves in this section here, because I'm right at the front of the cemetery next to the main entrance, and next to that bus stop, which I've often done some investigations at, including the one I've just mentioned. Well, some of it was done there, not all of it. So we'll see if any of the names match up with anything I got. I haven't got them written down, I'm purely going off my memory. So let's see if any of these graves match up, any of the names rather, match up with any of the EVPs I got through the spirit box. Any of the voices. So first of all, let's think. William Spedden, Billy. Michael Spedden. Nope, don't think any of them match up. Paul Albert Houston. Nope, I don't think so. We'll have to be a bit quicker though. And this is the one I usually see from behind. It's got a big name on the back, the surname Todd. Thomas John Todd and Thomas William Todd. Glenn Helsby, Ruth Helsby, Thomas F. Semence, Caroline. And by the way, I couldn't put my cap on tonight. I've got my furry hat on. They said my furry cat on. Because it's bloody cold and it's bloody windy, to be honest with you. So yeah. So I had to put that on. So the trouble is, I kind of fit my microphone on my hat. So on my cap, I can throw it on the brim, but not on the hat. So I forgot about that. So I've got it precariously placed here, so to speak. And here is Joseph Cahill. Joseph Cahill. Nope, it's none of these. Stanley Greason. Don't recognise that one. Of course, I could have forgot some of the names I got coming through, but I know some of them. I do remember some of them. Colin Hewitt and somebody at the back, Jean Alex. Actually, I'm not sure. It seems like two names, Jean and Alex Turner. That's right. Reading it upside down, you see. And Alan and Alma Hilda. None of these, not recognising them. Randolph Jeffrey Bourne and Stanley Godfrey Bourne. Kieran Paul Scammell. Nope. We're trying to go as quick as possible here. Hannah Berta Dora McIntyre. James William McIntyre. Nope. Don't think so. I definitely remember Michael Vitti. I'll know that one if I see it. Catherine Ann Tennant. 2009. Is that really yes, it's 2009? I thought this was a new section. 2010. John Brian Connolly. William R. Warburton, Jesse Warburton. Now the time is currently, if you can see it, I've got a sheen on this, so I'm not sure you can see it. Oh, there you go. It's just after 7:30, basically. So, I didn't know who's buried in this one. I can't see any names. Someone got a little plaque down there, but it's covered up with some old flowers. This one's Anne Woods, Nee Rooney. Robert Allen Franklin, and I can't read the other one. Oh no, it's Audrey Franklin. Mary Jane Johnson Jenny, Edward W. Johnson, Carol Ann White. Did I hear a Carol name coming through? I'm trying to think now. I'm not sure. Edward Beard, Eddie. Right. And this one, what's this one? Margaret Lewin or something. Lewin. Not sure how you pronounce that. Catherine Angeleccio. I did get an unusual name coming through. It wasn't that one, was it? Angeleccio. So it's Catherine Angeleccio. 2017. Could it be that one? I like this how it's under glass here, the little crystal stones under the glass. A layer of glass. There's an owl down here. Septimus boulder. Unfortunately, there's a lot of bird droppings on this one. Needs a bit of a wash. And Ruth boulder. John Hewitt. Maureen Hewitt. Nope. Joseph Robert. Nope. Brixie. Joseph Robert Brixie. William Bill McKay. Still not recognising any of these names. Florence Karen A. Longley. Two different names in there. Unusual. And then make this one out. Covered up, it's a bit dirty or something. Doesn't stand out properly. And James Malcolm Wilson, Catherine Langlands, Ian Pennick Cook, and Veronica Penny Cook. Nope. Well, so far, I don't think I'm having any luck in finding any of the names that I picked up through the spirit box just outside of this fence, just behind the graves here, and along in front of us over there as well, along this fence. I walked down from where the that Rose Lodge place is, the hospital place, that night. So I'll keep looking. Ian Hebson, nope. Brenda Boscher. I'm not doing the EVP thing in a minute because one, it's windy, and two, I'm using an external mic, wireless mic, and I don't think it'll pick up too well. You might get an odd one, but and plus a lot of traffic noise here at the minute as well. So Richard Boscher and Brenda Boscher. Don't think it was any of them. John Huston, not the film director, take it. Same name though. Same name. Rebecca Hay, Edward Hay. Oh, this one's hard to read, what's this? William Waters, is it? William Waters. John Joseph Garrity. And then there's Florence Ann Lumsley, 2018. There, we'll go on the other side now. Over here. Donald Margaret Jane. That's unusual. There's no surname on here, I don't think. It just says Dad Donald and Mum Margaret Jane Jenny. Why is there no surname? I wonder. Arthur James Bell down there. A little plaque. Might be ashes. Possibly. And over here is Sarah and Sadie Greenwood. Nope, not recognising any of the names yet. I don't think it's going to be any of these. Keith Kirkcaldy and Irene Kirkcaldy. So here we've got William Hall, Bill for short, Joan Hall, Brian Pringle, Margaret Pringle, Ivan Andrews, Patricia Andrews. There's a few in here. None of them are matched up to any of the names I got though. Edward Peter Burgess. I think they made a mistake with some of the letter in here. There's a big gap between the W and the A. If you notice, I don't know what happened there. They must have changed it. They must have watched it up. John James Lindsay, Joyce Mary Lindsay, Thomas Percy Oliver, William Halstead, Judith Dougherty. You have to be careful when I go to the bottom here. There's a woman visiting a grave. She's sitting on the ground, so I think it's her dad's grave. I might say hello, I don't know. I've got the camera on, I don't know. Kane Christian Marcin. I don't know how you pronounce that. How do you pronounce that name? Marcin. Kiwi? I don't know. Stan Coulson and Joan Coulson, 2022. Lynn Orange, wife of Mark. Nice flowers, of course, as usual. Jacqueline Gordon Moore, 2022, age 57. And then there's Margaret Orange, Margaret Ann Orange. Is she related to Lynn here, I wonder? Possibly. It says, much loved wife. What time is it? Ooh, 22. It's 22. The countdown is still ticking for closing time. I'm not sure if they're related. They probably are. William White, Jean Mary White, Sheena, Liam, Chisholm, Vincent Skelly. Yeah. Oh, that woman's just left anyway. I just noticed. Lenny. That's it. Lenny Undervicker. Elaine Scully and Andrew Scully. 2004. Can't see any other year on there. George Lamb. Wasn't he the guy who used to present Big Brother's Bit on the Side's dad? He was on EastEnders or something. Philomena Phil Lamb. Same name. Obviously not the same person here, I would doubt. Harold J. Taylor. 2021. Rita Campbell Mowbray. Stubbs. Ken Stubbs. 2022. Marina Ann Peace. Edward Debnam. And behind this one is Aidan Wafer and Norma Wafer. And over there is William Derek Dickinson. And here we have Lucy Bourne, Les Bourne, Carol Nabola. I wonder if they're related to someone that was over there. I saw another Bourne name over there. I think I did. And here we have what? Jimmy James Matthew McHugh and Betty, and still not recognising any of these names from the investigation outside of here that night. Mary Mains, Terence Carmichael, 2022. Hey, I'm not doing very well here for the names and all that. This is Jeffrey Ian Jennings, Jeff, from 2021. Pat Greenwood, and Charles George Robertson, 2020. There's someone on the next grave coming up here who has the same surname as me, but I don't think he's related to us, to my knowledge. I don't think, but I'm not 100% sure. So this one here, Trevor Patterson. Hey Trevor, you've got the same surname as me, sir. I'm called Patterson as well. I don't know if I'm related to you. Probably not. Might be a distant relative, possibly. I'm not sure. Over here is Alan Foster. Over there. And Margaret Moore Codd here. And down here we've got Jean Goodall, Edward Goodall. And the last two on this section here before we cross the path. Some over the path. Antoinette Craig, the back there. And here is Carol Rutherford, 2020, age 57. 2020. Let's see if we can get the last few of this section done before the place gets locked up. Either that or I get locked up. I'm still in here after closing time. So here we have Stephen Toss Devine with a gnome balancing a football on his head. That's pretty neat, isn't it? Yeah, look at that. Here we have Alan Henderson, Betty Henderson together, 2020, between 2013 and 2023. Margaret Joblin, John Joblin, Irene Worsley, and William Hugh Worsley, 2022 and 2023. And here's Claire Louise Stoker. Is it Stoker you pronounce that? Does anyone know? How's it Stoker pronounced? I think it's Stoker. And that's 2023 as well. Got Gerard Cruikshank, Bernadette Janice Cruikshank. Oh, both of them 2023. Nice roses. Got Veronica Robson here from 2023, age 78 years. And here we have Yvonne McCaffrey and Bernard McCaffrey from 2021 and 2024. Yeah, I'm pretty certain I'm not going to find any of these names. I mean, it's possible one of the first names could match of what I got, but it still doesn't mean it's definitely someone from these graves. They could literally have been from anywhere. They could be from further in the cemetery on the other graves, or they could have been just from around here somewhere. They might not even be buried in here. You know what I'm saying? The ones I picked up that night outside the cemetery here. But we'll keep looking. There's only a few left on this section. It's this section, like I say, right next to the bus stop at the front of the cemetery. I'm still not sure why they put all these graves here, because you can see there's empty fields behind. Look, wouldn't you think they would have filled up this bit first? These fields here. But they didn't. They put them right here next to the road. I don't know why. Audrey Coltman, 2024. Robert Edward Tatum from 2024 as well, age 85. And we've also got Brian I thought there was a guy coming, there's a car, they locked the place up. McLaughlin. It's only 8:15. 8:15. And here's a very interesting one. It's a pentagram, or a star as most people tend to call it, that you would see on Hollywood Boulevard, but they're pentagrams on Hollywood Boulevard. It's Hollywood Satanic. So they have the pentagrams. Terry Joyce from 2024. Doesn't say how old he was though. I mean, it says what year he was born and passed away, but I can't work that out. I'm not a mathematical genius or anything. So here's the last few here. Darren Anthony Wood. But he passed away sadly in 2022, age 51 only. He's into Newcastle United. I'm not into football like, but I heard they're pretty good sometimes. Some might say they're good all the time, but I don't know. And it looks like they're going to put one in here. There's a board over it. So there's going to put a new one there soon, I think. I don't know if there's anyone in there yet, or they just haven't added this headstone, or what. And he has a wooden crucifix. It says Robert Robinson and Delilah Robinson, 2023 and 2017. And this graveyard is the one where the woman was just visiting. So none of these names match. That's Richard Bain, 2025. It's very sad, isn't it? Just this year, March, 6th of March. Anyway, well, we didn't find any names that match, unfortunately, that I can tell anyway. I didn't find Michael Vitti. So, if anyone knows of a Michael Vitti that's buried in this cemetery in Hebburn, the Hebburn Cemetery, could you possibly let us know down in the comments below this video, and I'll be very grateful and thankful for that. And if possible, could you tell us roughly where he's buried in here if you know? But if you just know he's buried in here somewhere, that's good enough. I'll try and find it. But I haven't got high hopes because I still haven't found some of my cousins' graves in here, as some of you may know. Yeah. So I don't think we've got time to do much more here, actually, because it shuts in just over 10 minutes' time. But there's the bus stop over there. Let's go over here a minute. So this is Victoria Road. Is it east or west? I always forget. Oh, it's Victoria Road West. It says on the bus stop. So that's where I usually am when I do some investigating. I'm sometimes at this bus stop in the dark with me spirit box and me night vision cameras and stuff. So that's the spot where I picked up some of the EVPs through the spirit box. Do you call them EVPs when they come through the spirit box? I guess they're similar. They're produced in a similar fashion using white noise and what have you. And here's the old toilet block building as well over here, which I investigated on one of my videos in the dark using night vision. If you want to check that one out if you haven't seen it yet. I don't think that video did very well for some reason. And of course, across the road here is one of my favourite hangouts, which is the Hebburn Town Football Club, otherwise known as Hebburn Sports Club or Sports Ground, basically. So, yeah, hang on, we might have missed some around the back here. We'll have to bloody hurry up. Some are facing the other way around the back here for some reason. So we've got Alison Demodi, which I mentioned on one of my investigations just at this bus stop here, so I could see it from the bus stop in the dark. And then we've got, I read this one out, it's Jean and Alex Turner. I don't think there's any more facing this way, I don't think. Just them two, I wonder why that is. That's strange, isn't it? So, that's how it is. They're just next to these big trees here. Pretty big, these trees, like. I know what sort of trees are they? Are the conifers? Conifers really grow this big? I don't know. Anyway, there's no more facing the other way. I think it's going to start to rain. It was supposed to be raining around now, actually. But it isn't yet. Or is it spitting on? It might be. I'm not sure. Right then. Well, I think that'll just about do it for tonight's video, because I don't want to be locked in here. So I better get my stuff packed away and get the hell out of here, basically, before I get locked in. I'm going to have to build a ramp for future videos in here, in case I do get locked in. Then I'll just have to go, I don't know, 20, 30 feet or so back, and then race up towards the ramp, which I'll have positioned just next to the wall in front of it. And then I'll just jump over the top. Hopefully there's nobody on the other side when I land. If I land, I might end up in someone's back garden on my luck, or on top of the car. Just kidding, of course, just kidding. But, you know, you think of these things, you know, if you're going to, you think you might get locked in here, you know what I'm saying? With your bike. Anyway. So, I'm just going to go over here a minute. This video is so windy tonight and cold, like. I could have just done it without the mic, the wireless mic, that is. So, right then. Okay then, so I'd just like to thank you very much for watching this video here tonight. And don't forget to let us know if you know where Michael Vitti might be buried, if he is buried in this cemetery. Or if you know he is buried in here or not. That'd be very helpful to me. So thanks very much in advance for that, if you let us know. Okay then. So don't forget to give this little video a like if you could be so kind. And I'll be very grateful for that if you enjoyed any of it. And don't forget to subscribe if you would like to see some more videos from me in the future. Either paranormal investigating in the dark, sometimes in the daylight like this, although it isn't that bright right now, to be honest with you, because of the weather. And it will be getting dark soon as well, so because it is, after all, 12? No, 5, 6, 7. About 7 or 8 minutes to 8, and it shuts at 8, so I better get the shift on. So thanks very much for watching, everyone, and I'll catch you all next time. So bye for now. See you later. Ta-ra now.